I'd like to say sincere apologies for starting way, way, way behind schedule. In fact, I get to make sure, say, anyhow, today's show must go on. Say, because I get to attend to other things for inside the house. I needed to stock up my freezer today to do some cooking. So it's been a terribly busy day for me, but I had to make out time. Since you guys refused to give me off days, I had to make out time to ensure that, I get food for inside house where I go to chop. Right? So please forgive me for coming way, way, way too late. But it's been a terribly busy day. And you know how cooking days can be for some of us ladies. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And besides, I've also been tracking Chikamichi's 60th birthday celebration. That is, I think, still ongoing because it did like a lot of goes. They don't disperse. Maybe later this night, now they don't scatter. Now they go don't disperse. Lots of dignitaries did that place, and a lot of go just go left, right, and center for inside that birthday. And I go bring on all the juries where they inside the birthday because some people are yarning. In fact, Atiku Abubakar dey there, El-Rufai dey there, Leary Market, then plenty wey dey there for inside that birthday. Sanusi Lamido Sanusi dey there. And all of them talk. You want to know what they said? Calm down. I'll let you in on all of those. To start with, Chibika Mechi talk say, look. I tell Tinubu Koro say, I no go vote for him and I no go support him. You know why I tell him? Because I know say he no get the capacity. Now waiting make me tell him, say I no go vote for him and I no go support him. So some people saying that I'm not supporter for 2023. This one, that one. Don't worry, calm down because he already knows anyway. Say I'm not go support him. But all those G's then we'll go to Sanusi Lamido Sanusi only I only knew what poverty is when I became Emaya. Because the kind of poverty where they this period there, it can't spill matter concerning Tinubu government. Yeah, it be like saying a buzz booze. Now all of them just they give Tinubu like this today. Waiting happen now. Waiting happen. And then El-Rufai come talk say, hey, Nigeria in trouble. We've allowed bandits to take over leadership. Yeah, El-Rufai. Nigeria in trouble. We've allowed bandits to take over leadership. Okay. Now, talking about taking over leadership and pledging loyalty, the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Governor Pastor Umar and no, don't finally come out, come talk, and then they come out, come talk, say, well, I love PDP, well, with all my heart, oh, but I need to be progressive. So therefore, I need to move to APC. So that I go join people with the progressive for inside APC. Oh wow. But then I was looking forward to him responding to his daughter's tantrum yesterday. That tantrum when daughter throw, where he talk say, hey mama, they sacrifice her mother and that she doesn't want to be sacrificed. Which she even tell her daughter, governor, no, grandchild. So they ask and say, do you want to kill me? Do you want us to die like my mother and brother died or grandma and brother died or stuff like that? Well, moving on to other issues. And talking about porting, 2025 Guba election, I have the capacity to return Anambra to the center. APC, they tell APC Okachuku, they tell on that is the APC flag bearer. Talking about APC, you know, say immediately Okpebula enter inside power. Different chairman, the local government chairman, the where it be saying now Baseki been vote for being conduct the election or they begin the pot enter inside APC. Now we hear say Okpebolo don't tear them 17 SUVs, tear them. Thank you for joining APC. Tear them 17 SUVs. The specs of APC is working, isn't it? In it. Okay. Let's go on to other issues. Well, today then inaugurate the first, I think, 30 kilometers of the Abuja Calabar Coastal Highway. And guess what? President Bola Tinubu visibly snubbed Babajide Sanwo-Olu for inside that inauguration. And I go show on evidence because evidence full everywhere. Okay, all right. So all of this matter and more on IBC, we will just quickly touch lights for inside the show this evening. I sincere apologies for coming a bit late. As I said earlier, I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for your patience and thank you for your love. Thank you for your understanding. I needed to go attend to stomach matters, my stomach infrastructure issues. Thank you and I appreciate you. So let's start with Chibika Mechi's story because it is hot. Why say? Okay, so former President Atiku Abubakar, Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former governors of Kaduna and River State, Nasir El-Rufai and Rotimi Amaechi, as well as other opposition figures involved in the coalition against President Bola Tinubu have reiterated their resolve to oust the ruling president or the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in 2027. In fact, they talk say they go comot Tinubu, nothing go happen. We go comot am for office, nothing go happen, nothing will happen. We'll remove you. Okay. So moving on, the trio spoke separately during a public lecture with the theme "Weaponization of Poverty as a Means of Underdevelopment: A Case Study of Nigeria's." A case study of Nigeria, and this was, of course, organized to commemorate Chikamichi's 60th birthday in Abuja today, Saturday. Now, in his remark during the event, Atiku noted that while growing up, he, like many others, knew Kano as one of the wealthiest northern cities, without citizens catered to. Now, he said, I never saw people sleeping outside or outside their shops because then there was no bridge or flyovers. Recently, I saw people sleeping on the streets and under the bridge who were driven out by poverty. So, bottom line, all of them, they accused President Bola Tinubu saying he deliberately weaponized poverty. In fact, one of them even gives scope for inside that event. How expose. Bring it. So expose. So it's called expose Tinubu. How it be say, I think Kano state government will they do something to comot people for poverty. And then guess what thing happen? Say they can't invite them to come Abuja. As they invite them to come Abuja, in come Abuja go back. And guess what? As in come Abuja go back, it can't stop that program. Why it stopped the program? But before we go on, let's quickly go and listen to Chibikuri to Amaechi and some things he had to say. We'll go play all of them. Koro voice pop, make it see and waiting to talk. Let's
Among the elites is about sharing. No, sir. We want to submit to the opposition if the opposition can lead us out of this problem. And for the opposition to lead us out of this problem among the elites is about sharing. No, sir. We want to submit to the opposition if the opposition can lead us out of this problem. And for the opposition to lead us out of this problem, we must all agree to submit ourselves to the interest of the nation first, before the interest of ourselves. That's why I choose this topic. And I like the amendment you made. It's actually state weaponization, because it's not you. It's the state, even though they are not deliberately weaponizing like he said. They don't have the idea. They don't know how to weaponize you. They don't know. But where the state comes in is, yes, they don't know how to weaponize you. They are weaponizing you inadvertently by stealing the money they should have given you. If I were president, yes, some of the policies they are pursuing, I will pursue them. But ask what's the failure? The failure is the gains of those policies are in their private. If they bring those gains, okay, at the time we were paying close to 4 to 5 trillion naira for oil subsidy. So they've stopped. Why is the 4 to 5 trillion naira? If they dump it on the economy, you will not be crying. We are hedging dollar, right? Between naira and dollar. Now you've stopped. Where is the savings? President Tinubu said it has, what's it called? Our suffering has come to an end yesterday. Has anybody's diet changed? How many of you can buy a cup of garri at the rate? You know, the problem with Nigeria is, if you say the last president was very bad, the incoming one will be worse. When the incoming one takes over, the one before him will have become a king. We will now be wishing that person took over. Because it is a country of sharing money. I thank you for coming. Trust me, I thank you. I thank you for coming. In fact, I came to you only once. And you obliged me the request. Emir, I spoke to Emir on the phone. The rest of you, just once, people were telling me, I should have called them several times, should have been said that. Well, I was honored. I worked with Gerard Buratai. I worked with Sadiq. I don't know Sadiq was here. I didn't know you were from the north. I didn't give a damn. You didn't even behave as if you were from the north. Service, gentlemen, let's see that. How do we solve the problem of the river states on security? You remember when we came? There used to be roadblocks everywhere. Until somebody called me and said, look, nobody will invest in river state if we see roadblocks. And I met people. People said, you agree with me? And we agreed and removed all the roadblocks. When we did, everyone was shocked. How can you remove roadblocks? We did. 2 policies. Insecurity is 99.9% poverty. When Boko Haram started, they said, oh, they were anti-Christians. Is Boko Haram not killing Muslims? It is because hunger does not know religion. So Boko Haram was not selecting Christians and killing them. No. Boko Haram was killing both Muslims and what? And Christians. And let me tell you what I was taught in the university. I don't know if Dr. Amata will agree to this. I'm sure he must have left. I was taught that it is rebellion. That is their own form of protest. They are protesting against the elites. So because they are protesting against the elites, they can't catch the elites. The elites have guns. Here, if you see the number of guns here to protect all of us, not to protect you. So when they look at us, they can't catch us. Who did they catch? They are full of poor men. And when I was governor, when there is an increase in insecurity, I know there is no money in the system. Where is Commissioner for Finance?
Okay, all right. So you hear him. It talk more. It talk more things, and I go bring out the more things they say talk. So that I go hear him. It talk a lot of more things. But some of those things when you talk, come to think of it, because I bring an interview with Bayo Gado recently where he talk saying go fin name over 100 gains of the Tinubu reforms and the benefits of the Tinubu reforms. And then the question I want to ask is, say, truly, one of the gains should it not be the fact that we save more money right now because we don't come off subsidy? That money will be the use for subsidy. Suppose you can do something else, right? Just like Chibike Rotimi Amaechi noted in this conversation now. Waiting will they use those money then do? Oh yes, the states are getting more money. But then the value of that more money where the states then they get, just they like little or nothing. You know why? You know why? Because inflation don't carry them. The policies where the administration bring out don't carry them. The valuation of the naira and the high cost of living where follow the subsidy removal don't carry those money them. So the worth of maybe 1 trillion naira of allocation today no go be the same worth, go be about the same worth of a 500 billion naira worth of allocation or a 600 billion naira worth of allocation. Why? Inflation don't carry am. So why all those money then we will say what they say? Well, make I not talk too much, make it not be like saying me waka come here alone.
Nigerian leaders and elites are not the problems of Nigeria. The problems of Nigeria are the followership. The leaders, look, when people say Nigeria is a capital, there are no capitalists in Nigeria. Capitalists are those with capital to invest for production. Do we produce here? Everybody relies on oil. Everybody wants to, that's why once you become president, you will see what will happen. As soon as you become president, you will not know Christians from Muslims. You will not. They are all coming towards you to just have a hand in the stealing. That's what happens. So I look at Nigeria and I ask myself, what are we actually doing here? Do we really want to be a country? If we want to be a country, I'll give you an example of my stay in government. I was shocked at a lady that I gave an appointment. And I thought the lady was a destabilized Nigeria. Her only call to power was going to see the president and speaking Hausa Fulani language. And I was ashamed. Very ashamed. Because I was looking for those who can change the country. And I told her, I am putting you in this place because I want you to change that place. It doesn't matter whether all the people that served under me were from the north or south or east. What was important is how do you change this country? Growing up, you as young men, I will tell you what you didn't enjoy. Growing up, we had NAMS meeting in Kano. We started the meeting 12 midnight, finish at 6 a.m. It's okay, sir, SSS does not arrest us. Each person go find your way back to BUK. We had it in a private house. I missed my way in Kano because I don't know where is BUK. I only saw somebody, a man from Kano. Where is BUK? The person took me to Kano, BUK. If it's not, they will kidnap me. Look, a ordinary northerner who is a Muslim has no problem with the ordinary southerner who is Christian. It is when it comes to election, they will tell you, so let them show you in Islam, where it says, don't say with a Christian. They cannot show you. They will only do that and say, this man is a Muslim, go for him. Now you have Muslim ticket. Let Muslim market come out now. It can't. We are all hungry. All of us are. If you're not hungry, I am. You may laugh. So for us, the opposition, if you want us to remove the man in power, we can remove him from this power. When we are students, we organized the Taisho Larin protest against Babangida. We organized protests against Buhari. And believe me, there was no north and south in the students. The protests that shut down ABU, University of Nigeria and Soka, University of Lagos, and all that, the meeting took place in Kano. When we finished the meeting at night, everyone was told to go back to his school and mobilize school. Once the NAS president addressed a press conference, all of us were on the street. You will see a northerner, young, handsome northerner, with a young, handsome southerner, feeling free and eating the same kind of food. Today, we are poisoning the minds of our young men. Even them can't even liberate themselves. We were able to liberate ourselves. Whatever I am today in terms of radicalism is Dr. Chidamota. Because if you read sociology of literature, it's about Marxism, it's about socialism. Yes, there are also capitalist ideas. In Nigeria, there are no capitalist ideas, there are no socialist ideas among the politicians.
Okay, so yeah, in Nigeria they say yeah, capitalism. So where is the capitalism really? Where be the capitalism, or where the capitalism they will be say they invest for inside the country? That's not a question which we can actually ask. It asks a lot of very important questions, and it just dawned on us that, or did it just dawn on us? Maybe we know before now. See, these politicians they deliberately divide us along ethnic lines, deliberately for their own selfish interest, deliberately so for their own selfish interest. Hear what they talk. Talk say the politicians they united to collect our money. That anytime they meet, their interest is about sharing money. And one thing I like Chibike Amaechi for that because in the talk they add himself, he dey include himself for the matter. So he didn't exonerate himself or make himself feel holier than that. And that's why when he said that time that we dey thief on our money because on our need stone us. If on a stone us, we go stop to thief on our money. Hear
So
more of
the
what he gets to talk for inside that event before we go listen to what he
not to protect you. So when they look at us, they can't catch us. Who did they catch? They are full of poor men. And when I was governor, when there is an increase in insecurity, I know there is no money in the system. Where is Commissioner for Finance? It became SSG this year. What do I tell you? I said, go and release money, pay contractors, pay salary, pay more money. And once you pay, insecurity will do what? So it's about poverty. It's about poverty. But currently, everybody wants to amass wealth. The current government and their agencies and who work with it, they are not even afraid. If you see the kind of houses they are building, if they are not afraid, I am ashamed for them because they have no name. In fact, they say in the university they will say who name pay.
Okay, so they say for Port Harcourt, they go talk, say, okay, so who name help? Who name help? After all, who you be? Who name help? But at the end of the day, should we not be ashamed of ourselves? He raised very important points, and I know go fit overemphasize on those points when he raised because nights don't already come. We need to rush up on this conversation very quickly. But make I still go further, go talk about waiting others and talk for inside that gathering. But before I get to El-Rufai and Atiku Abubakar and waiting then talk, make I quickly touch on waiting the Emir of Kano talk. So the former Emir of Kano, no, the Emir of Kano, I beg your pardon, and the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, talk say he got to know, say that is say he first know waiting poverty be as him become Emir as he mounts the throne, saying be no understand waiting poverty be. Now, Sanisi said this in a goodwill message at a public lecture, of course, for Rotimi Chikamichi with the theme weaponizing of poverty or weaponization of poverty as a means of underdevelopment. Now, they talk a lot for inside that thing because this event now to celebrate Chikamichi's 60th birthday. The former CBN governor said many of the elite in Nigeria do not know what poverty is. That is, most of these big people, they never taste poverty before as an economist, say from central bank or governor, saying see numbers, so number of people they poor, so number of people they say not just the figures in the but he no understand what in those poverty they really mean. And said, and you go to the village and see what water they drink, the houses they live in, the two block classrooms without roofs that they attend. Do we actually love the people or do we just love ruling over them? That's not a question we ask. Do we actually love the people or do we just love ruling over them? What are our priorities? That is waiting they us important pass. We make overheads and underpasses for ourselves in the cities, while while those or there in the rural areas cannot reach hospitals. We are in crisis. How do we get out of this? How do we get out? Should we be focused? Why shouldn't we focus? Now, Sonisa also charged those saddled with the responsibility of leadership to inculcate the virtues of empathy with those they've been giving a responsibility to lead. That is people where they lead us. Not gonna try get sorry and mercy for people who are not the lead. Try pity for them. Try pity for them because a human being will they be. In fact, according to them, we say we keep electing people who only know how to grab power, but don't know how to don't know what to do with it. Was that a shot fired? Because some people look and say, oh, shots have been fired. Was that a shot fired? I really like to hear from you. Say some people just know how to grab power, but they know waiting to do with the power when they grab it. He said the former executive secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, Professor Usman Yusuf, in his intervention explained that most of the cases being handled in hospitals were not even medical. Yusuf blamed corruption and bad governance for the multidimensional poverty in Nigeria. He said, unless citizens live up to their responsibilities and vote for what is right. In fact, Chibuike Amaechi even said a lot earlier when he talks. He said, do you know why government still waiting make the thief on our money? Because I'm not going to do anything. They go thief him because he can't do nada. You can't do anything. Well, look, I can enter inside waiting El-Rufai talk very quickly. So, former governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, says Nigeria is in trouble because bandits have been allowed to take over leadership. Whoa! So now bandits they lead us now. Now, according to El-Rufai, Nigerians keep repeating the same mistake of electing the worst people into leadership positions. Now, a lot of people go talk say, wait, El-Rufai, hey, excuse me, sir. Why are you saying this? You were in an administration, one of the most incompetent leadership for inside Nigeria. And an administration or under a president, which people describe as one of the most incompetent for Nigeria. Why you not make this statement that time? Why now you they make up that? Now the question where a lot of people they ask. Then others will come talk say, well, rather late than never. According to El-Rufai, Nigerians keep electing the same mistakes, keep making the same mistake. El-Rufai stated this too in that same gathering today. Right. So the occasion, of course, for Chibuike Amaechi's honor, in his honor, El-Rufai said Nigeria is in its biggest trouble since 1914. That is, say, since 1914, we'll never get up this bad. Since the amalgamation of Northern and Southern Protectorate, since 1914, Nigeria never did this bad. Why? And he now says, and that is why we are together, working and conspiring to build a coalition to take Nigeria back on track because it is off track. It has turned to this level because we have allowed bandits, not the ones in the bushes, but the ones in the urban areas, called the urban bandits, to take over leadership. So is that another name for politicians? Urban bandits. Quoting him further, he says, I believe that the problem that we have is that we just get incompetent people and we hand over leadership to them. Most of them don't really know what to do with it. They just know how to grab power, but don't know what to do with it. In fact, ain't talk a lot to make I go play with it talk because they say lizard where one person see they become python. Go here with it talk with your own mouth, make it for see and see.
I think it's unfair for us me to speak for what the conspiracies, the successes, and the failures. 1 minute is too short to cover our problems because we cover, we make up. The last problem we had was when he lost the primaries and blamed me because I'm supposed to be a magician and if I supported him, he would have been the winner of the primaries. And many people came to say, your brother is upset with you. They said, I know. Wait, when Nigeria is in bigger trouble, he will come and talk to them. So here we are. We are back together because Nigeria is in its biggest trouble since 1914. We're together working, conspiring to build a coalition to take Nigeria back on track because it is off track. I just want to say one thing and then I will take my seat. Many people have spoken about weaponization of poverty and whether politicians are deliberately using poverty as a weapon. I don't think so. Poverty weaponizes itself if allowed to exist and fester. That's what has happened in Nigeria. I don't think politicians are that smart. Even sit and weaponize poverty. And for me, having been in private sector and public service, and have been a keen observer of our political deterioration. I believe that the problem that we have, which I think Governor Babajide referred to, is that we just get incompetent people and we hand over leadership to them. They don't know what to do. Most of them don't really know what to do. They just know how to grab power, but don't know what to do with it. And this I would like to appeal to everyone to reflect and look around. Wherever you see islands of progress in Nigeria, it is because a competent person has been given the opportunity to serve. I visited Rivers several times when Governor Amaechi was the governor. I could see examples.
All right. So he also said quite a lot of other stuff. Make I quickly see as I could use show you more of the things and when you talk, make you listen to
Of policies that were addressing the concerns of the people of Rivers State. From schools, to primary health centers, hospitals, and so on. It was very clear. He had an opportunity, he knew what to do, and he did it. And wherever you see progress, it is because of that. What we have done in this country is to allow bandits, not the ones in the bushes, the urban bandits, to take over the governments of our country. And I think the key challenge for Nigerians in 2027 is really to look at those that have offered themselves for leadership and pick those that have the competence, capability, capacity, and commitment to make Nigeria move forward. And I believe the celebrant, Chikamichi, is one of the few ones that one can call capable, competent, and committed. Happy birthday.
All right, so that's now waiting. Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State get to talk as they get to do with the coalition. Well, as I said earlier, a lot of questions they will be so good ask these people for inside the coalition. Rotimi Amaechi, almost all in life from 1999. In fact, he's just 60 years old and he don't achieve a lot. Under 60 years old, he became two-time Speaker of Rivers State. Under 60 years old, he became two times governor of Rivers State, become two times minister. So he don't achieve a lot for himself. Now, how many youths then fit achieve these things and we BC Chibike don't achieve? How this government or the government or them where they power go fit use give the youths the opportunity to achieve this same thing? That's the question. Well, I'm coming to this thing because I come because I want to make sure say I face squarely waiting or Gabaya or Nonoga talk based on all these reactions and all of it. But make I finish waiting Atiku Abubakar talk. Then I go to Bayo Nonoga in response on how this administration transformation done better on our life. Because if I'm not telling her, what will I gain? I'm coming. So let's get straight to Atiku Abubakar and what he's got to say about this administration. Based on this meeting, he said quite a lot. Trust article. He gave bus and bus inside the conversation. Ooh, okay. So, you know that in his midterm scorecard of President Bola Tinubu, he had first of all busted President Bola Tinubu, talk about how the man used the weaponized poverty, and then they mistakenly make the topic of today's conversation weaponizing poverty. Oti law now. He don't finish work. Lobato. Maybe just go here and
state organization of poverty. Why I say so? When I was growing up in the north, the most prosperous city or state was Kaduna State. The most prosperous. And incidentally, as soon as I finished my secondary school, my first vocation was Kaduna State. I never saw people sleeping outside.
there were no villages of my office, I never saw people sleeping outside or outside the shops in Kano State. Recently, people were all over state sleeping under the bridge, on the streets, who are driven out by poverty and insecurity. There is a state agency in Kano responsible for providing succor to such people. And they started doing their work and enlightening people and removing people from under the bridges and outside on the streets. What happened? They were called to Abuja and they were told to stop it. That is why I said I wanted to amend the topic of today to add state weaponization of poverty. This particular government is weaponizing poverty. You may call me a conspirator, you may call me anything, and that is why we are in this alliance, to make sure we don't allow them to continue weaponizing policy. Of course, one of our star conspirators is Governor Rotimi Amaechi. Therefore, we are here to wish you many happy returns of the day, and we will continue to conspire with you to make sure we minimize poverty and we don't use state machinery to weaponize poverty. I thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, so that's now waiting Oga Atiku Abubakar get to talk. Now let's go to an interview that Bayo Ononoga will be the person where they put mouth for talk for inside President Bola Tinubu administration and will they speak on behalf of the president. Get with Arise Television. When Ibi said they be ask him questions about what the administration don't do, the policies and how those policies don't affect people life positively. No vex so because as seen they talk all these things one by one. Me, I got the post up. Make I dey remind on the things that we be say in the talk, how true or not. I fit mention some, I fit no fit mention all of them, but the ones that we I fit mention, I beg, make gonna help me adopt to them because it did good. Make we bring these people, make we remind them what thing they really do. Say it be like say sometimes it will be like say they just they live for a paradise or a world of their own without understanding exactly the impact of their policies for people body or exactly how people they feel. Hear part of that interview or hear that interview. Maybe after the interview, the entire interview, I would like me gonna call in immediately, begin give
many of us in this country, many Nigerians, we sometimes exhibit the problem of lack of memory. We have very short memory. We forget where we started from and we just start blaming President Tinubu for all the problems that Nigeria is going through. I remember, for instance, in May 2023, when Tinubu took over the government, there was fuel shortage in this country. People forgot that. All through the election of that year, there was fuel shortage. So when the president announced on day one, the day was sworn in, and said he was removing fuel subsidy, the immediate reaction called by NNPC, which has been the major supplier of fuel, was to increase the pump price. Because as at that time, NNPC was no more willing to import fuel. NNPC was saying the federal government was owing it over 4 trillion naira, and it was also owing its suppliers abroad. So what the federal government did, what President Tinubu did, was to breathe some life into NNPC to resume importing fuel so that fuel can be available. People forget that easily. There was no way
Okay, all right. So make we just pause here small. I'll get back to it. Let's just pause a little bit here. So yes, we forget that easily. But I beg remind me, not be this same administration for 2012, January 2012, I think precisely, when Goodluck Jonathan, under the coordinating minister of economy then, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, being one common fuel subsidy because you don't look am through the mirror of our economic eye, say this thing no go work because people they where they chop this money anyhow. Not be on a talk saying a scam, it is scam. Or you buy on another guy. If follow talk saying a scam. Okay, so let's even admit that you now had the mind, the impetus, sorry, the God, sorry, the act will be to do things where you be say nobody will get mind to do. Now that you did it, the people then where you be say be they chop this subsidy money, will make you commot the subsidy where they make all of us suffer like this. What have you done to them? I'm sorry to say. What have you done to them? Because an ideal government for make sure say they bring those people to book. Now, so now, because if you not punish people for the things what they do, how people no go use commit crime again tomorrow? Now the punishment now they serve as a deterrent. They serve as EG, for example, so that anybody who won't commit crime tomorrow go look and say, no, if I commit this crime, what happen to this person go happen to me? Waiting on a do about him. Again, the president also said he had prepared, he's been preparing for this position. Make we no pity for him. Saying they aware of the task ahead of him. He said so. Abi, did he not say so? Uh-huh. So if he knew that and he knows say one of the things in promising go do not to come out subsidy, why did he not immediately he announced the fuel subsidy? Why did he not immediately also begin to put plans that day plans in place to use make sure say it comot the things them, block the things we go make Nigerians suffer the subsidy impact. Make we just go listen to them some more, then I'll come back and answer them some more again. These are questions where people they ask. Oh. So if presidents get Akpobi to do this war, why he no get the mind to also do the things them?
There was no way Nigeria could have sustained the regime of fuel subsidy. No way. Because the resources are just not there. And we are just spending the money that ought to belong to the future generation. So the resources are not there, so government just have to do the right thing. Yeah, problems followed what the president did. This government has been honest in admitting some of the problems, some of the fallouts of the consequence of removing fuel subsidy, and has been doing a lot of measures, coming a lot of measures to ameliorate the pains of Nigerians. The second policy of government was the harmonization of foreign exchange. Before President Tinubu took over, the gap between official and the other window was about 300, 400 naira times. So some people were making money. If they had access to Mr. Emefiele, then the CBN governor can make you billionaire overnight. That has stopped. So I want to start from there and say, look, Nigerians should give this president some credit for stopping the arbitrage that characterized the foreign exchange regime under previous administrations, including PDP. But people are just not willing to give him any credit. Some critics. But we know that what he has done are very important, are very necessary, and they are for the benefit of our people.
Okay, all right. So make I just pause here again. Make on a no vex. So we go dey pause like this, small. So Oga Bayo, Nanoga, he talk a lot of things for inside here. But then, how about the fact say we don't pay subsidy change name for inside this administration? First of all, now El-Rufai first blow the whistle. Talk say we actually pay more now for subsidy than we pay for the era where BC will say we no come more subsidy. And then the different amount of money, different trillions of naira where this administration don't earmark for subsidy, where they call shortfalls, different names where they call them. Is that one not subsidy payment? Is that sincerity? Then talking about the floating of the naira where you just hear, brother, also remember, say, just recently, people who sabi economics where we can't talk about them, how much we don't spend to wedge our naira. We don't wedge naira. Those kind of bills don't come out more than 2-3 times under this administration. The amount we spend to use help the naira go up. How about that? How is it that you're mentioning all of these things? You're not also mentioning that we're still spending money on these things. This time even more because of waiting the inflation going.
And you can see the results of the efforts he has done so far. You can see the results, the gains that have accrued to this country, the reforms that have taken place, and the gains are showing, and to the benefit of our people.
All right, Mr. Ononuga, perhaps you can point out some of those gains from these tough economic policies that they can feel tangible.
There are so many gains. I think if you want to start listing them, you can start listing over 100 gains of the reforms that this government has done. Let me start from the health sector. By removing the
Oga, Uncle Bayo, I beg no vex, just calm down. Wait, no vex. It's good that we look at these things. As you look at the over 100 gains, right? Where, before you mention them, but make I just perhaps leak them a bit to people, where no directly impact on the poor people, where make the majority of the masses of Nigeria, no directly impact on them. Directly impact on them. How about looking at the adverse effect first? That is the punishment, the downside of the policies first, before they talk about the gains. Because the gains, who he help? If you get gains where it be say in 2 years, it no show for the life, reflect for the life of 80% of Nigerians, have you gained anything? 80%, because I know say more than 80% of Nigerians no see the gains, no feel the gains. So if you get gains, we no reflect in the lives of more than 80% of Nigerians, or about 80% of Nigerians, have you made any gains? That's not the question. So why not look at the downside? Because there are people who have died, there are people who have gone through all sorts of things because of those policies. Well, make I let you
the government
we'll get back to those
made reforms that this government has done. Let me start from the health sector. By removing the subsidies alone, the government made the oil industries open, more competitive. I can see what has happened there. Dangote coming on stream, other oil companies coming on stream. You have seen more investments flowing into the oil sector. Last year alone, about $80 billion.
I know what talk. And I don't know whether I see this in across the streets of social media. The more investment, I don't will just hear say a company that was about 7 months old, them say, I hear them because now them say company with them registered last year 2024 just get award for 2 oil wells. Just get, that is the presidency award the company 2 oil wells inside this administration. Now the gains be that a big. Now what you make Atiku Abubakar talk say this administration they gear towards making the rich richer and the poor poorer, right? That's not part of the gains of waiting this administration don't do. Just as you talk for inside the oil sector, what are they come back? Other things that we go talk about too. Oh, part of the oil sector, now this same inside this administration, where we hear say blending plants there for Malta. Where for the since this administration, we don't get the highest
was invested in our country in the oil sector last year alone, right. And that means more of the oil sector. Last year alone, about $80 billion was invested in our country in the oil sector last year alone, and that means more jobs, more products, and so that's what will happen. That's one gain. You can see the reform that the government, the president has done with NNPC itself that ought to be contributing money to the national treasury. Government has put up a brand new management and board to run the affairs of the company. And we expect that in the next few months, we start seeing the results of that. Government did not just remove fuel subsidy.
The brand new management, so it be say people say the appointment they're lopsided, mostly Southwesterners, and then no Southeasterner they inside the board. Is that the brand new management? Is it fair to all concerned? I know be Rotarian.
Government provided alternative, and that's the CNG. In the last 2 days or 3 days, the presidential CNG initiative has been preaching the values of CNG, taking it to universities, University of Abuja, now Yakubu Gowon University, Ahmadu Bello University, and so on, introducing the bikes, the tricycles that use only CNG. Many commercial vehicles in Abuja, Lagos, are now running on CNG, providing alternative, which is about 25% of the cost of fuel. Because the president has thrown the oil market open, you can see the competition. Prices are coming down every day. When it started, it was about over 1,000 naira. Today, in Lagos, about less than 900 naira in Lagos. These are some of the benefits of what the president has done. Yeah, the student loan scheme is there.
Some Nigerians are being told, are complaining that they are being told to endure and sacrifice. But at the same time, they witness what appears to be extravagance and wealth among government officials. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think I will
Right, so I dey come back, I go tell on more for inside this because in that reply, Ogaba Onanuga talk say, wait, look at me. Why are people just talking? Look at me. If you look my body right now, are they like person where they extravagant? Are they like who they extravagant? Because if you see who they extravagant, you go know say the person they extravagant. Me, as you see my body right now, I resemble who they extravagant. Make I look for that. Make I look the remaining part of the video. Make I send that to that. Not vex, I beg, because it is very important. Say, make we give on the details of the conversation. So while we're looking at this, I would really love us to look at some core things or some critical things where Ibise or Gabayo talk about, because it will be very unfair to Nigerians that we just listen to these conversations without also pointing out exactly what in the government don't talk will be true or not be true. Because all of these things that we mentioned, I would honestly like to hear from you now. Whether the things that we Ibise or Gabayo talk not true. Do you think that they have done well? I have just pointed out the ones I can remember because I mean I had to do this live in a hurry, so I didn't have time to research and get more facts. So these are other ones where I just pointed and the ones where I pick pointed off of my head. Now talking about the things that we say this administration don't do, or in terms of being extravagant, I get a lot to talk inside because that one now part of waiting they say it touch people's mind well concerning this administration. That's you get plenty. One, first of all, you look at from the time when they take over office, when it be said in they make supplementary budget for inside that 2023, they put money to buy yacht. Oh, when we hear say they don't even pay before then, sef, they don't already pay. Now just then, I need the budget. Two, then put money about 5 billion naira plus thereabout to build house, to buy cars for the office of the First Lady of the Federation, which is not constitutional. That office no dey inside our constitution, but we earmark money to buy cars for inside that office. That one no do, no dey enough. And then again, another thing what we do too wey no good, it won't begin talking because in recent times we buy jets over $100 million. Now, wetin that $100 million fit do in the lives of Nigerians where they suffer? That na the question where a lot of people go want ask. $100 million or above $100 million, wetin e go do for the lives of suffering Nigerians? E buy car escalate 1 billion naira. The number of vehicles for inside the convoy increase. These expenses, them, how if we channel the money them with inside them
many of
to
us in this country,
improve
many
on the
Nigerians,
livelihoods of Nigerians, how that money for fit impact for inside the lives of Nigerians? This now the question where Ibise would ask. So sometimes when Ibise they talk all these things, maybe also remember, say, we remember some of these things. I go really like you to hear the response what Gabayo give when they tell and say it extravagant, because that part of the question or the answer we give, they very important. Make you understand the idea, the things then when they go through the head of the people with the rulers. And that may just even remind you or begin make you wonder waiting it be said they even fit the president. Because if truly the person where they put man for talk for the president fit respond in such ways about such situations, then what kind of information they are available and accessible for the president? This thing can remind me of waiting Oga Ibrahim Abdul Karim talk here, the DJ of Big Tent, when he talk say these people where the office, they don't even read the book what they read, they isolate them. They don't read the newspapers what they read. They don't see the headlines and what they see because they give them different headlines and then they isolate them to make them they know near people who go tell them the reality. No wonder that Baba Ahmed brother talk say all the while him be special advisor under President Bola Tinubu, he no sit down with them, get a meeting with them. He no see him, he no follow and talk. Why? That President Bola Tinubu was isolated. That is, they come out from where people did. They need to let them to see people. Not be me talk them. These things they in the open. But let's go back and watch the complete video.
Many of us in this country, many Nigerians,
make you see
what we sometimes exhibit the problem of lack of memory. We have very short memory. We forget where we started from, and we just start blaming President Tinubu for all the problems that Nigeria is going through. I remember, for instance, in May 2023, when Tinubu took over the government, there was fuel shortage in this country. People forgot that. All through the election of that year, there was fuel shortage. So when the president announced on day one, the day was sworn in, and said it was removing fuel subsidy. The immediate reaction called by NNPC, which has been the major supplier of fuel, was to increase the pump price. Because as at that time, NNPC was no more willing to import fuel. NNPC was saying the federal government was owing it over 4 trillion naira, and it was also owing its suppliers abroad. So what the federal government did, what President Tinubu did, was to bring some life into NNPC to resume importing fuel so that fuel can be available. People forget that easily. There was no way Nigeria could have sustained the regime of fuel subsidy. No way. Because the resources are just not there. And we are just spending the money that ought to belong to the future generation. So the resources are not there, so government just have to do the right thing. Yeah, problems followed what the president did. This government has been honest in admitting some of the problems, some of the fallouts of the consequence of removing fuel subsidy, and has been doing a lot of measures, coming a lot of measures to ameliorate the pains of Nigerians. The second policy of government was the harmonization of foreign exchange. Before President Tinubu took over, the gap between official and the other window was about 300, 400 naira times. So some people were making money. If they had access to Mr. Emefiele, then the CBN governor can make a billionaire overnight. That has stopped. About 25% of the cost of fuel. Because the president has thrown the oil market open, you can see the competition. Prices are coming down every day. When it started, it was about over 1,000 naira. Today, in Lagos, about less than 900 naira in Lagos. These are some of the benefits of what the president has done. Yeah, the student loan scheme is there.
Some Nigerians are being told, are complaining that they are being told to endure and sacrifice. But at the same time, they witness what appears to be extravagance and wealth among government officials. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think I will not. Lagos are now running on CNG.
I get straight to that.
Which is about 25% of the cost of fuel. Because the president has thrown the oil market open, you can see the competition. Prices are coming down every day. When it started, it was about over 1,000 naira. Today, in Lagos, about less than 900 naira in Lagos. These are some of the benefits of what the president has done. Yeah, the student loan scheme is there.
Some Nigerians are being told, are complaining that they are being told to endure and sacrifice. But at the same time, they witness what appears to be extravagance and wealth among government officials. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think I will not. That is not true what they are saying. What extravagance are they talking about? What extravagance have they seen that they are talking about? I'm here now. Do I look like somebody that's extravagant?
Hey, Brother Bayo.
So people just throw all kinds of things.
By the way, that laughter for the background, don't be my laughter. Now, at this one, the presenter laughter.
What extravagance have they seen that they are talking about? I'm here now. Do I look like somebody that's extravagant? So people just throw all kinds of things at government officials, and without any iota of proof. They just want to paint the government black, the way they see it. This government is very, very sensitive. This government, let me say, this president cares very much for the Nigerian people. He's been honest enough in many of his broadcasts, in many of his statements, to admit that yes, there are problems. Excuse me. That there are problems with the reforms. Problems that affect the ordinary Nigerian on the street. And there are all kinds of policies that government has implemented to reduce the pain that people go through. So it is not true that the government is insensitive. The government is doing a lot of things to ameliorate the problems that our people face in coping with the reforms that we have.
Reforms like financial autonomy for the local governments, reforms such as the Oronsaye reports to be implemented, seem to have stalled. They say this government is big on announcements of reforms, but not so much on outcomes and results.
That's a very unfair assessment. The government has been always walking the talk. Whatever it says, I'm sorry for my cough. Whatever it says, it does. The government announced El-Rufai report that to do something, it will try to merge some agencies and things like that. I can tell you that that policy is still in the works. I think it was passed to the Secretary of the Government to work a lot of things out. So you cannot say it's not going to, the government is not going to do it. It's still in the works. A lot of policies announced are being implemented. I think you mentioned some one which I've forgotten now. A lot of policies highlighted, the government will say it will do, government is doing them. The policies announced in the oil and gas industry, they are being implemented. So it's not true that we announce policies, don't implement them. Many policies are being followed through, and whoever says we are not doing so, just telling lies. What I envisage is that Nigerians are going to see in the next 1 year the government is going to face the microeconomic side of its policy. We have done a lot of macroeconomic policies. Now it's time to face the other side of it. How does it affect the people? And government is already doing a lot of things. Agriculture, investing in agriculture so that the food prices can come down.
So make I just end that here so that
we are seeing signs
more. I mean, this is supposed to be a quick live so that I will finish up and get back on time. Please call me up. Phone lines are open. Oh yeah, call me. Tell me. What do you think about waiting Oga Bayo or Nanuga don't talk for inside this interview? I would really, really like to hear your mind because I get a lot of response to give them more. You know, say those things and when they talk, say, oh, the government they manage. I don't really have the things though. Did some things, just a few. We be say the way make people look and like see this government they insensitive because Papa no go tell him picking for house say oh for school say oh food no day house but if they go do declare they declare for beer parlor for people for parlor. That's exactly what it looks like. He cannot tell us to tighten our seat belt, food no day, but at the same time you they buy Escalade, you they buy cars worth 160 million naira for senators, House of Rep members. 160 million. You know, even say make you reduce the budget because it seems hard. You know, reduce the budget. The highest amount to spend. And then talking about Onusha's report, at a time when we say won't adopt a report, where we say supposed to shrink ministries, departments, and agencies, what are you doing? You rather increase them. This government, I don't get the highest number of ministers since the beginning of democracy. I've been alive. The highest number of ministers since the beginning of democracy. This same government too, don't create, instead of shrinking ministries, don't create more ministries. What are we talking about? So how are you not being insensitive to the people? This is exactly why people think you're being insensitive. Because if they tell us, say, endure, tough times ahead, now for good benefits. But people, when they see you, they endure. I be won't look at from the foreign troops, so if say this administration don't make. President Bola Tinubu, since he assumed office, don't make about 28 foreign trips. Out of about how many days where you don't spend for inside office? You don't spend almost 200 days for inside the office or over 200 days for outside Nigeria. Imagine traveling 28 times. 5 of those times na France. 5 na France now you go. So when people are saying these things, they're not saying it because they hate the president. They're saying it so that the president will understand how in policies they use affect them. So that he go know and he go do better. Because I mean, I don't think there's anybody who just wakes up and want the worst for Nigeria. No. We don't want the worst for our country. We want the best for our country. But then, and that best must be done. So if you do the things, just like what Chikamichi talk, that and what El-Rufai talk, even like saying that bandits and I collect government. Even like saying that bandits, they don't care. I mean, you go to talk, say things, they get better. Okay, the money they want to come off for subsidy, that money, you told us that when you come off subsidy, you go use the money, add for education, add to infrastructures, add to healthcare. Where are they? The healthcare system in Nigeria, they in one of its worst states, especially local healthcare. You go talk saying at the governors. Why not give them matching orders? In fact, people they talk, say, people they learn example from the top, they trickle down. If they see the body language of the top, now they follow. So I would really like to get your thoughts, your reaction reaction on this conversation and waiting Oga Uncle Bayo talk because it's important. Make a touch like that. Not be this same APC where would I just tell on today and I say Oga Monde Kwebelo of Edo State. People where be say they come from local government chairman, 17 of them where they come from PDP to APC because Obaseki had a local government election before he left. So the governor, the local government chairman are APC people, but in the camp as Monday. Remember that he even had problem with some of them. One of them that he suspended. That people said you don't have the power to suspend the local government chairman. So those where they come from PDP to APC, 17 of them, they buy them brand new SUVs. Brand is that's the expenses. Now, what would they use the money for the subsidy do? Now, what would they use and do? Oh, the APC flag bearer for Anambra State, and don't say, don't worry, I would give you Anambra State. That now, what was supposed to they do? So it just look like grabbing power at all cost. Governor Omoino now of Akwa Ibom State, they talk, say, I love PDP, but it's time for me to progressively move on to the center, to move to APC. These are the kind of things the more would they see. So how do we live like this? And then you think that people will not feel that you not send them in waiting they go. At the time when BC all of us supposed to tighten at seatbelt. Now the time when BC, in fact, President Buhari even said it, at least he paid lip service. If some people think it wasn't practical, at least he said it. He showed a bit of empathy during his first tenure when Ibisi assumed office, when he announced price slash for member of the executives. I don't know if you guys remember that. He tried by doing that. This government don't even make so I will never even hear. Even the time where he tell us say he go cut down on the size of the convoy or people where they follow and travel. Now the time where he be say the next event where he go, the convoy can't even increase more according to what people see and what people talk. So how are you sensitive to our plight? These are the issues. All right, phone lines are open. Please jump in on the conversation. And while you're doing that very quickly, kindly like, subscribe. If this is your first time of joining us, kindly like, subscribe because we just look at things that affect us in this country. So like, subscribe, and share this post is very important. But before I begin to take my course, let me quickly tell you, that say they inaugurate the first 30 kilometers of the Abuja Kaduna Railway today. Okay, so inside that railway, President Bola Tinubu come inside the inauguration ground. Where did he do the inauguration? They shake everybody one by one, all the governors one by one, and then visibly ignore invisibly ignore in own governor, in own Pekin, in own person, or Sanwo-Olu inauguration. So people come to talk, say, what is going on? This matter we get to do with waiting happen when make ESCC call Aisha Chimogu is still there on the ground because what's going on? That's it. See the video. Now so I'm trying to make a come the highlights. See, I'm say Oga President, you don't they shake people. They shake people one by one. They shake Oga Lawal. You don't shake Oga Borno State Governor. You don't shake the Cross River State Governor. Now be that. You shake who again? Who be that one? Okay, now Doye Diri. Now you shake Monde Kwebolo. You shake Kogi State Governor. But you see, let's go back again. You see the way he conveniently skipped Sanwo-Olu, and people just noticed. Did you see that? Let me see. That's Sanwo-Olu there. After Doye Diri, he skipped Sanwo-Olu, go straight to Kogi State Governor. Now people said, "What's going on? What's going on? What's going on there? Why you skip Oga now?" All right. Well, I just make I give another small approach, make on see him. So what is going on? All right. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Sir, I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome. I did fine.
Super, they talk.
Super, you're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
You see, although I tuned in late, actually, let me confess, because I was watching the football game, the Champions League.
Oh, I don't win now. The Unity Cup now. Oh, sorry, it's in a Unity Cup.
No, Champions League final. Champions League final.
Okay, I bet now who carried the cup? For those of us who know win.
5-0, they beat Inter Milan 5-0. In the history of Champions League, it has never happened. 5-0.
France is not joking, no. PSG not carry joke.
I'm telling you, small boys, 18, 19, whatever guys, I played Inter Milan.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable. Okay, you see, when I watch all these guys, I just, in fact, I don't even know whether I verse or go verse or make they laugh or make they cry. This is the same people who told us about Buhari that we should have patience of Buhari. We have patience of Buhari for 80 years. Now I come to Tinubu that we should have patience. Nobody has ever even talked about the Buhari patience where they say we get. Everybody has even like say these people, I've said it before, whether they use something, like a spiritual means, they weigh us down so that we won't be able to remember what happened yet. This is just yesterday of Buhari. When people were complaining about, have patience, Buhari is building something that will yield, that will bring fruit tomorrow. It will bring, that's how we wait 1 year. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 8 years, nothing come out. These people don't come again. So we should have patience. That they are building something. How long are we going to wait? Even the by yourself, if by yourself, when they say we forget yesterday, he is the one that forgetted the yesterday more than we. More than we. We know how they protested against Jonathan for fuel subsidy. We know what they did, all the lies and propaganda they did in respect of Jonathan and co. Now they came in there now and they sit down to come out with a problem. They just play on the intelligence of the entire Nigerians. I mean, my friends who are in the uniform, I won't mention their name. They just said the problem in Nigeria are the Nigerians, not even the politicians.
But now, what did Chikamichi just talk now? Chibike just talk now, and I play. Oh, you know, watch me from the beginning. Chibike talk and say the problem. Say the problem. You should go back and watch from the beginning, please. It's very important. He said the problem of Nigeria is not even the politicians; it is the Nigerians. Because we need to docile. Now, anything when they give us, see the things that happen for Kenya when they bring that tax bill. See as everybody vex. But say Nigerians, something will happen and then we don't do anything.
Kenya president was begging the masses when that thing happened. He began to beg. Now then they get a condition. Because he thought it was a joke. How many you want buy? How many soldiers they? How many? If my military friend was telling me, say, put the soldier, army, police, all together, they're not up to 1 million. Now then won't finish the whole 200 million Nigerians with it. Because when we are ready, now we know what to do. I'm not saying anybody should go and fight or anybody should go and kill anybody.
Yes, so we're not calling for that.
But in a peaceful way. No, we're not calling for any anarchy or whatever. But there's something you can do it in a peaceful way. Sorry, before I go, I remember when I was growing up, Milosevic of Yugoslavia, he was a dictator. When they held the election, he knew he lost the election. The opposition man won him, but because of saying he wants to remain in power, he declared himself a winner. When the masses wake up, say they are coming out so day, they come out so day, he go bring the whole military, bulldozers everywhere, block the whole place, put for when they wanted to try, put for their national assembly, put everywhere. By the system, when those people begin come, when the military see the multitude of people when they come, in fact, they go where they raised to shoot, they don't shoot them. Now, so they feel like their hand can't hang until those people enter inside the parliament, beat all those people there. Because when they we are not serious, when they see us say we're serious, they will do something. Because at the moment now, we are not serious. The masses are not. Everybody, no be me, concern me, no be Igbo, no be Yoruba. But now all of us is over. Now the same market they go, the same water we do, the same rice, fish, everything. But let me give people opportunity to talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oyuwan, I appreciate you. You say, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Oyuwan. Thank you. I appreciate you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. All right. I get my brother Mike FIFA. Mike FIFA, good evening.
Good evening, Precious. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine. Still calling from Oxford.
Welcome. Go ahead.
I just did the look by Ononoga. You know, see, before I think say that man they intelligent. You understand? And he get the high question where then ask him. You know, she saying cough just all of a sudden cough come enter. He come begin cough, make him dodge the question where then they ask him. And the lady repeatedly they ask him that same question. We see this what did they happen for Nigeria? No be something where person go come out. The game is still they defend the president psychophancy for this. Him in conscience now go the judge. I feel say I want make him go review that program, that interview where then they do him. Make him just go sit down, watch him.
But in fairness, he just did his job.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
See, you know what make I talk so I think say in the intelligent. You understand? This other guy, Bola, you get as if Bola no pass him. If not Bola now, you get as Bola go take twist the thing. You understand? You get as Bola go take twist the thing. You don't even understand. But this man now, God they tell us the one where I want shout be saying say over 100. You don't hear that one.
Yes, over 100 benefits. It shock
Over
you.
100.
Yeah, and I know this is a player
I'm
again.
telling you, say over. I wish.
Over 100
See,
gains.
I wish say I follow for the people
Single
where
just
they
mention
interview
a
them. I
few.
for tell I'm making the.
Now, what's it make me tell and say about over 1,000 disadvantages or
See,
lack of
person where they talk say
safety
okay, if they
of the
talk
same
say
policy? Because where the disadvantage outweighs the
yeah,
advantage, then it's a
yeah.
problem.
When they talk say the policies now because of the benefits, where would they get for the policy? Say fuel now when Tinubu enter, it was over 1,000. Now in Lagos now it's coming down to 900. But he failed to tell us how much was fuel when they entered, how much was bag of rice when they entered. You see, he gets some kind of things where we say person go to talk. He go in conscience go to tell and say no now, no talk this one. You know, say from the look of things now, like Muhammad now don't better pass this man. And the any interview that we want go grant for Arise in the try dodge El-Rufai their side. In the dodge El-Rufai about and
That's what you think.
the other people. If they go for people where they soft.
That's what you think.
Yes, if they go for people where they soft, we ain't go fit intimidate. But I like the stand of that journalist where they ask him
I
question.
did so.
That girl self know they laugh. He still they ask him, but you know don't turn to person where gets tuberculosis.
Nami actually been they repeat the
I
question.
know, I know, I know. Because you don't say cough, all of a sudden cough just enter.
Hold on.
I beg if they know what
He may actually be tricky.
you know my anger, my annoyance now be say during election now you go see Nigerians go mumu say go they collect money from them, they vote for them. You don't understand. Where be say everybody now
But
because
that is the weaponization of poverty that them Chibike Rotimi and
yeah,
do.
I had Chibika Amaechi.
Now, what
I
they be dey
had
talk about that? Now, the real weaponization of poverty be that. Now, because people don't go get choice to do anything where they
yes.
want them to
Then go
do,
face
and that's
make
sad.
people hungry. They go first make people hungry.
By
Where
the
be
time
say
you hungry, you go
yeah,
sell yourself to collect money. Not be
I'm
the
telling
inside this
you.
administration. Now people don't they sell their children. Parents get 5 children, they decide to sell one to use three in others. You never hear them.
No more
You never hear
no be
them.
small thing.
It's happening now.
Okay, you know, see
That's how
this
bad it
man now,
is.
he get that man now, no the outcome of that's you remember that Enugu chief be native doctor?
Okay, yes. When they don't catch, yes.
Yeah.
The first thing when Nugu state government go do na to demolish a house. Why? Why waste? I don't why Nigerian government like waste? I bet no vex so. If they transfer that house to
Mm,
low cost housing for people who no get
I'm
accommodation
telling
for Enugu
you.
state to go die.
I'm telling you, just
We
cover
not
them.
get creativity on what we go fit use to do. I don't know. I
The rush
beg
go
Oga come they go make I
as
go
the
rest. I'm
as the
telling you.
demolition now, before you know it now, one politician go collect them. We not go know what thing happen. They go say government, Enugu state government has taken over the house.
They don't demolish the land. They don't demolish the house now. If they
Now
demolish
what
the
they
house, it
talk
don't
now the
already
land
affect
now,
the
now the
foundation
property
and
now,
still
the
affect
land
the
now.
land.
They go say Enugu state government go take over the property because I know say within now waiting they do for anybody where kidnap person. They go demolition house because I know some houses for where during that Otokoto saga. You understand where them born. You get that piano shop where they farmer here where they born that time. They can't write them. Oh, this property belongs to Imo State government. Now the individuals get them. People like say they don't sell and give individual, which state government. And now those politicians go still collect them. So I beg Nigeria. I got this guy thought Chino Achebe, there was a country. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike Fifa. I appreciate you. Thank you so much as a former photo. I think I have Mr. Moop in the house. Mr. Moop, where are you? Are you here?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
that's you.
here.
Mr.
I'm
Moop,
here.
good
I'm
evening.
here.
Good evening,
Good
good
evening. How
evening.
are
It's been a
you?
long time. Yesterday you left me to go and watch Natasha yesterday. Think I did not know. You left me to go and watch Natasha yesterday. All of you, I see all of you now. As I don't see my main people for inside the building, I say, what's going on? I can't notice. Say, there's a big party going on there. That's all. I leave me go watch Natasha.
Yeah, greeting,
Well done.
precious. It's nice to be on your platform.
Thank you.
I was
Nice to
missing
see you.
a couple of days ago. Because of the holiday.
But I hope you went to rewatch that
Well, we need
yesterday's
to
show
get
because it was
we
really
need to get the right gist about what's happening. And I don't need to watch it. Natasha present evidence of whatever is going on with Rena and some other things. But it's a long story. We did enjoy it. So I mean, I
Have you also seen the lady in Mbeke responding and calling her a liar? That first she said she had never
oh, you're
spoken to
talking
her
about
before.
Sandra
Next
Dury
thing she says,
Mbekwe or the so-called Mbekwe?
yes,
Oh, the
now,
lady is a
yes.
scam.
Oh,
I
she's been
mean,
reacting. She's been reacting now. She says that first you say you don't know me and you've never spoken to me before. Now you say you've never spoken to you spoke to Professor Mbeke but never spoke to Sandra Duro. Stuff like that. That's what she said.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, the lady is a scam. Okay, it scam a lot of people here. I think, really somewhere in Maryland or somewhere over there. That lady is a scam. So I don't really.
So, but why are you guys not reporting her to the authorities in the
Well,
United
if we
States?
have to
Why
have
based
an
on they take
evidence, you can't
nonsense there?
just report her, without having the concrete evidence to show that he's scamming somebody. Yeah, we can report her, but they're not going to do anything, to her. And it has to be something pertaining to America. That's a different jurisdiction. If you're going to report her that she's scamming somebody in Nigeria, the authority here won't do anything because you have.
But I thought there was a particular American that I think Diola too, the lady interviewed, that also said that he kind of tricked her too, stuff like
Yo,
that.
you're talking about a guy. It was a white guy, right?
It was a guy. It was a
Yeah,
white
yeah,
guy.
yeah. So
Yes.
I
But is
saw
that
the
not enough
interview.
evidence? Is that not enough evidence? Well,
Yeah,
speaking of evidence.
I don't know how far that's going because I thought the guy said he was going to take it up. So I don't know what's the update. But I mean, that lady, we definitely come out, and implicate her, see what's going on. But we know she's a scam. So, but anyway, the Nigerians.
All right then. Go ahead. Go
So
go ahead on the
what is going
matters
on with
arising.
Nigeria? I just joined. I saw your headline. What is El-Rufai article? They are talking about Tinubu, right?
You don't know what's in the apple. You don't miss on the largest part of the
Yes, I
party. Oh,
did.
the
I mean,
party
no, you
was
don't have
hot
to tell
today.
everything, but I
Oh.
think I got a little bit of the gist. Yeah,
Okay. Or I respond based on what you
yeah.
said now.
So, but anyway, the Nigerian situation is very, very in a predicament, because I was reading something yesterday whereby the credit rating, the people give the credit rating, the fees, they have upgraded Nigeria credit rating to B plus. Precious, what does that tell you?
Hmm.
When they upgrade our
Hmm.
credit rating to B plus, so they are.
So that means, and it's not over yet too, because we're still going to borrow more. What does that mean?
Well, they're giving you room. They're giving you room to borrow more. Whatever we are doing right now is what we call a silent imperialism. They're still controlling us. I mean, but not physically, like, we're under them before. But, this is what we call a silent imperialism. It's exactly what's going on. I mean, they give Tinubu money, you say paid off the other debt and something like that. We are going more and more into debt. I just look at what's going on in Nigeria. It's very scandalous. It seems like Nigeria, when it comes to the budget and some other things, I mean, they have become an ATM, for the political elite. That's what the country has become. I mean, when they do our budget, they padded the budget like you stated about a week ago. How they padded the budget about 12% of the budget. It's been padded. I mean, practically they have become ATM of the elite. They go there. I mean, look at what's going on all over the country. The governor, like you said, right now, the governor of Akwa Ibom, or Edo State governor, everybody, they want to go to where they can eat right now. But it's going to be difficult. I'm going to see how that's going to pan out when it comes to the election. How about the people that was in the party before? I mean, are they just going to bring these new people? And the people like Omo Agege from Delta State, is it just going to be silenced?
Who knows? Who
So
knows?
I'm waiting to see what's going to transpire. I just want to come in to say hi to you, okay? Sometimes you get tired of talking about Nigeria issue, but whenever I have time, I always come to
Please,
your platform and I
let's
listen.
not get tired.
I just get bored, talking about Nigeria. I mean, what can I say? I mean, you're governor. Did you know about your central bank governor? We was laughing about it. He has been nominated as the best central bank governor in Africa. Do you know that? Kadosa.
I know.
Yeah, okay. What is that supposed to do for Nigeria? I mean, because the APC are bragging.
To show you the reforms they work.
What reform
To show
working?
you say we are on the right
I
track
mean,
for
to
the
be honest,
economy.
the
You don't
policy,
understand.
the policy is okay. If you look at the policy on paper, it look quite credible. But what is the implementation? I mean, this guy Tinubu came in and said that he's going to enhance the boldest reform we ever seen. Devaluation of naira, removal of fuel subsidy. and that triggered to inflation and the high prices what we have right now. They're not implementing it. I don't even think that Tinubu know what he's doing, and I believe that man is just staying in the office most of the time sleeping. He doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he may be a scam leader, but when it comes to leadership, he doesn't have the. Yes, the guy is a scam. I'm telling you. Our
That's your
Yeah,
opinion.
that's my opinion. Let them come and talk to me. Yeah, Tinubu is a scam. He doesn't know anything what he's doing. Okay, and I will call him. I will tell him that in his face. He can do nothing to me. But anyway, and President, I just want to come
You,
say,
you can only say that to him to his face in the United States, not in Nigeria.
well, what's going to do? I'm a United.
You
I'm a
know that.
United States citizen. They can, they can't hold me.
That's why I said that you can only say that to him there and not here.
No, no,
You
I
know that,
understand.
right?
I understand the threat. The threat in Nigeria. Forget about it. I understand. How they try to subjugate people, particularly the news
Thank
media.
you.
But you are doing well, okay, precious. But it's nice to see you. Okay, I
Thank
just
you.
want to
Thank
come say hi. Okay.
nice
All
to
right.
see
Take
you
care.
again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, bye. Okay. So brother Flagship, good evening, Mr. Flagship. Mr. Flagship, are you here? Knock, 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 Mr. Flagship, are you here? Okay, so it be like say flagship don't disappear. We know this him. Okay, Mr. Flagship, are you here? All right. So if he's not there, that's about the conversations we'll have tonight. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for letting me bring you these updates and more. I'll bring more to it. Tomorrow evening, I'll be with um, Mr. Francis Chilaka as we look at things, other stories, because stories must surely come out and we'll go look at them tomorrow. Who knows the Glasgows that'll come out tomorrow? It's an unending drama in Nigeria, right? I'll see you again tomorrow evening. God willing, my name is Precious and I love you guys so much. Protect your mental health is very important.